All right. Now, there's been somewhat of controversy concerning the Super Bowl halftime show, right? Um, and I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. Okay, the way I feel is that it was a great show, super great show. A lot of great effects, a lot of good dancing, a lot of everything. It was a great show. A medley of songs, all that type of good stuff. It was great for the Hispanic community, or should I say the Latin community, or those that speak Spanish. It was great for them, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because the whole halftime show was in Spanish. It was in Spanish. So, what's my problem with that? Well, here's my problem with the fact that the entire halftime show was in Spanish, led by who will one day be legendary, Bad Bunny. I mean, great performance. But most U.S. citizens speak English. There's about 40 million people in America that speak Spanish. The population of America is 300 million plus. So when you say 40 million Spanish speaking citizens, you're talking a very small percentage. You're talking a little over 10%, maybe between 10 and 15% of the people that, if you had everybody that watch United States football watching, would have understood what the show was doing, or what the performance was about, or what the songs was going on. But you're talking about 15% of the entire United States, the entire United States, the entire United States population. You're talking between 10 and 15%. I would say that's a small percentage. Now, in the world, there's probably more people that speak Spanish, right? So that would increase the number. But, in the United States, a majority of people speak what language? Anybody? Please let me know. I would say English, right? Most schools you go to in the United States, you have to take English. There's no real requirement to take Spanish. And I understand that some areas in America are heavily populated by people that speak Spanish, right? But that's still a small percentage compared to the number of people in the United States, and there are a majority of people that speak English that's watching the Super Bowl. I mean, they could have at least, if anything, they could have put subtitles for us to be able to understand. They didn't have subtitles. I didn't see, the people that interpret for the people that's deaf. You know how they added people doing the sign language. I didn't see any of that. So the only people that pretty much benefited from this whole scenario was people that spoke Spanish. And like I said, I don't have a problem with it. They could have put subtitles up. Something. You know what I mean? Because now the only people that's going to have playback value for their halftime show is people that speak Spanish. I mean, we all might like what he's saying if we knew what he was saying. And it's no knock to Bad Bunny, because they knew that that's what they were getting. But I'm a little disappointed in the NFL, or the station. Let's just say the station that aired the Super Bowl that they didn't have enough wherewithal to have, you know, closed captioning, sign language, or anything, because you just alienated everybody that was not Spanish. And it's not a good feeling. I just thought that being in the day, time, and age that we in now, that this would have been addressed prior to the Super Bowl being put on. And it wasn't the greatest Super Bowl, but it wasn't the worst Super Bowl. It was okay. It was manageable. You know what I mean? But I always look forward to the halftime show. But this halftime show was a disappointment for me. Now, I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for me and maybe other people that speak English that don't speak Spanish. And I just wish that somebody would have been more mindful when it came to this halftime show. But they weren't. And this is I guess, the environment that we're living in, which I don't understand it. But that's my take. I hope no one felt offended. And if I offended you, I'm going to say sorry in advance. And if you made it this far, please like, subscribe, or comment, and even share if you can. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.